This is an Instagram account I made less than a year ago. This was it in week 1, week 4, week 8, week 24, and this is it now. Over 150,000 followers, tens of millions of views, and hundreds of thousands of dollars printed. How did I do this? Well, let me take you back to December of last year when my personal Instagram account got banned from some anonymous hacker. I was already running multiple successful Instagram businesses at this point, so I could have let it slide, but I wasn't going down without a fight. So I started plotting. The problem was that there are hundreds of ways you can make money on Instagram. Drop shipping, an agency, even drop servicing. But to be honest with you, I didn't want another headache. I'm sure you know that selling digital products on Instagram is one of the biggest opportunities out there right now. And I mean, you could tell, look at these guys. So I started researching, do I want to build a faceless page or a personal brand? I noticed there were small personal brands making a ton of money, like way more money than your regular Instagram accounts with even millions of followers. People like Maria Went, who only has 250,000 followers, gets 30,000 views on average per reel and made $3 million in the last 12 months alone. And the crazy part is, her content isn't even that good. No offense. But this is exactly why I knew I could compete. I had to understand how she was making so much money and then copy it. First, I noticed she was posting simple content on Instagram Reels like this, and then she was just pushing her audience into her link in bio, which is where she sold people on her digital products or services. Things like courses to help you go viral and make money on Instagram, just like she's doing it. Simple as that. So all I need to do is go viral and sell the same thing, right? Easier said than done. Thankfully, I've been making money on Instagram since 2020, and I know a thing or two about this. But there was a big question mark. How the heck was I gonna start a brand new Instagram account and compete with somebody that was already doing so well? Which brings me to phase number 1, the Instagram algorithm. I had to find a way to outcompete all of my competitors by leveraging Instagram, or in other words, Instagram Reels, because Reels are the fastest way to grow your account in the shortest amount of time. You see, if you wanna go viral on Instagram and outcompete your competitors, you have to think of one vitally important thing, and that's what can I do to make this content better? My competitor already had an audience, already posted consistently, and already had great editing. So what was there left for me to do? What can I possibly do to make this better and outgrow them? Leverage trends. But what was trending and what would make sense with this whole make money online with Instagram space? I got to researching and found out that AI and ChatGPT absolutely blew up in the beginning of 2023. Now, all I had to do was see if it was still on an uptrend because it was now the end of 2023, December to be exact. So just a quick Google search later and it was, well, kind of. Now the strategy here was simple. Use the same video ideas that my competitors were talking about, but sprinkle in new AIs that people haven't heard of. And this should get my videos to go viral, I hope. Moving on to phase 2, creating Instagram Reels. So just a quick recap in case you're having trouble following along. The plan was to create Instagram Reels in the Make Money Online with Instagram space, using my face and using different AIs to hopefully boost the views. But here's the dilemma. I was already running multiple businesses at the same time and I didn't have all this time to be some social media influencer. So what the heck do? I got it. I ended up settling on this low effort talking head style of content where all I need to do is sit down once a week, record, send it to my editor, and post. So that's exactly what I did. But wait, it's not that simple. It never really is. I still needed to write scripts. So how can I do this and do this fast as f***? Two things, leveraging AI and copying competition. Let me show you how I did this. So the first step was scripting. I needed to make sure I was creating content for the right audience and that the audience I bring in will be interested in buying something from me related to the Make Money Online with Instagram space later on. Key thing here, audience intent is key whenever you want to sell something because, for example, if you're creating content about hockey and selling golf balls, nobody's gonna buy from you and you're just gonna be wasting your time. So I started looking at a handful of my direct competitors similar to Maria. Thankfully, there were a ton of competitors already talking about making money online with Instagram and even using AIs in their content. Plus, during this whole process, I even found some cool AIs I could use for my own content, which I then decided to talk about in my content. So after I found my top competitors, I found their top videos and I just stole their scripts. Well, not stole exactly, but paraphrased with the help of ChatGPT. And that way I knew for sure the content I was creating has a really good chance of going viral. Because if it goes viral once, it'll go viral again. Funny enough, as I was doing this, I noticed a bunch of creators had the exact same content. So it literally seems like every top creator is copying each other. Once I paraphrased 10 scripts, which honestly didn't take me too long, I went on to step 2, recording. I recorded about 10 videos at a time. It took me about an hour just because I had a teleprompter handy. Third step was editing. Right after I recorded, I sent the files to my editors to edit. Now, as for the editing style, I just got my editors to basically mimic what my competitors were doing and change it up a little bit. And the reason why is simple, because it was already working. Now, once I got the videos back, the editors did a pretty good job, but there were some small changes I needed to make. Now, once these changes were made, it was time for the final step, which was posting. The funny thing was as I literally got all the videos edited, I landed in Hawaii. Your boy needed a break, so I took a little vacation. But that didn't stop me because all I really had to do was now post, and it took me like 5 minutes a day. All right, now the moment you've been waiting for, the results. Let's get a drum roll going. Anybody? Day 1, the first video got a whopping 49 views. Day 2, the second video got 43 views. But on day 3, the video didn't get pushed out at all. How is that even possible? Now, at this point, I literally didn't even get 100 views, and this wasn't looking too good. Plus, I paid my editors $1,000 out of pocket, so I'm already negative $1,000 on this business. It's a pretty big loss. I'm not made of money. But then something started happening. I guess I just had to let Instagram cook because on day 5, the second video pumped to over 10,000 views, which also helped push all the other videos I posted before. And the page continued to pump day after day, week after week. Crazy enough, I even got followed by some insane entrepreneurs. So the first month, I ended up growing that account from 0 to over 7,000 followers and getting over 500,000 views. But that, unfortunately, is just views. How am I gonna actually make money and recover from the $1,000 loss I just took? All right, let's rewind a little bit. We're now 2 weeks in. I just got back from my trip to Hawaii. We're at a couple thousand followers, a couple 100,000 views. Let's make some cash. Moving on to phase 3, making money. Let's get this bread. As you can tell by everything we just went through up until this point, you know that I love jumping into saturated markets. And that's because if I already see people making money in the market, all I have to do is jump in, do what they're doing, just make it better. Better content. And as you just saw, that's exactly what I did, and it worked. Now that I had a following of a couple thousand people, I had some authority and I could sell something. But the question was, what the heck do I sell? I didn't want to sell something too expensive because my audience was still pretty new. I wanted to sell something affordable and very useful. So I simply asked my audience, what do you guys want? I quickly realized that since most of my content was centered around using AI for content and making money online with Instagram, that's what they wanted. So I decided to sell an AI content automation course, which was a 6+ hour course of all the AIs I was using and I found out about. And I sold this for $200 a pop. On top of that, I decided to sell a high ticket one-on-one mentorship in case somebody wanted to learn directly from me on how to build an Instagram account exactly the way I did. I mean, this only made sense because I pretty much figured out the formula. So I dropped this low ticket course and the mentorship. Here were the results. I need another drum roll. There we go. In the first month alone, I made over $12,000. Second month, over $14,000. And the third month, I absolutely cooked with over $20,000 made. Keep in mind, the numbers get higher and higher because I continued to post and nurture my audience. And for the rest of the year, I pretty much stuck with these core products and just kept making them better. That way, I can get testimonials from people who bought them and implemented them, then put those testimonials on my Instagram, getting more and more people to buy. Today, I made over $250,000 with this one Instagram account that I started less than a year ago. And next year, I'm on track to making over $1 million, probably multiple M's, all because a hacker decided to take my personal Instagram account down. So take this as a lesson. If something bad happens to you, it might not be happening to you, it might be happening for you. Anyways, enough of that motivational shit. If you want my personal one-on-one help to grow your Instagram page, whether it's faceless or with your face, hit that link at the top of the description. Peace.